I honestly have no idea how so many of you managed to obtain this car weeks ago. It's kind of crazy because I started this game the day it came out and I've been playing a lot. More than I should be, especially since school started, and yet so many of you, even people that are adults that have jobs and PhDs or whatever, you guys are somehow way ahead of me, have unlocked the McLaren P1, Lamborghini Centenario, and everything else in this game. To me, there's two reasonable explanations on why I'm so behind. Number one, it's that I just suck at this game, which kind of makes sense. Or number two, you guys have been indoors for 3 days straight, you haven't got any sunlight, and you've been playing this game non-stop. Because that makes sense actually. Regardless on how many cars you have in this game already, or how much you play every day, I'm just happy that I got this car. So, for anybody that has this car already, you're watching a review on this car, and you don't have to. But for those people that haven't gotten this car and want to see a okay review, this is the video for you. Hope you guys enjoy, let's get right into it. Once I finished this race and got the last blueprint for the car, it said if I wanted to unlock it, and I was like, yeah, sure. Why would I not want to unlock it? So I clicked the unlock button, and this car gives you 10,852 points for your garage value. That's cool, although that's not much considering in order to get to level 7, you need 300,000 garage value, and I'm a long shot from there, so that's just sad. Now that I obtained this vehicle, I wanted to test it out in this same event that I used the Jaguar F-Type SBR with, because if I use a Class A car and beat 28 seconds, I could get a blueprint for the Lamborghini Centenario. I wanted to see if the Vulcan was good enough to beat this time. After fumbling through the 2 standard color paints, I went to upgrades, and since this car is 4 stars, I can only upgrade to level 4 for all the levels at 1 star. And after upgrading all of that and a few additional pro kits, I got to the rank of 2,135, which is a pretty big number. I mean, in the game's predecessor, Asphalt 8, the maximum rank for any car was rank 1840, and this already beats it by a long shot, so I'd never seen a number that high. And before the comments section explodes saying that I suck at driving, I just want to admit it, I'm not the best driver in this game. I have a lot of room to improve, so you know, it's a work in progress, but this car was just so good in this race that it still beat the time given, even though my driving wasn't that great. A few things I noticed in this race was that the acceleration was pretty good actually. Compared to many other cars I'd driven in this game, it was pretty solid for its acceleration. The drifting and handling on the other hand did not seem to be the best. While not as bad as the Dodge SRT8's handling and drifting, this car's was definitely not the best. But honestly, drifting and handling is the more less important category. The most important is the total speed. And this car's total speed is pretty solid. 213 miles an hour at a rank of 2,100, which is pretty good. I mean, just that speed alone would most likely win a lot of multiplayer races for you. Speaking of multiplayer races, it is time for me to do a few multiplayer races to test this car out. In my first race, there was a Porsche 911, a Dodge, a Chevrolet, and an Aston Martin Vulcan. I was definitely concerned about the other Vulcan because he or she was slightly higher in rank and also probably way better than me at driving, so I had to outsmart this other Vulcan. Here's what I did. Okay, it's actually not that impressive, it's just a knockdown, so I don't know why I had to add in all the music and special stuff, because that wasn't really that special. But anyways, I had outsmarted the Vulcan, and I thought, okay, I'm definitely safe for this race. The thing was, my driving for the next 30 seconds was god-awful, and it didn't go too well. The Aston Martin Vulcan caught up once again. So I just gave it a shot to see what I could do, and here's what happened. If that wasn't cool enough for you, I don't know what to say, because that was insane, man. That was better than the whole last week of my life. That one moment right there, which isn't saying much because I've had school for the last week. That's why this moment is so good compared to school. But yeah. Anyways, the Vulcan never caught up again, fortunately. and I was super happy about that. The issue was, the rest of my driving for this race was not good enough to catch up to everyone else. This is how close I was to first place at the end. I still didn't get it.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Hey, but your boy's rating went up by 10, so that's solid enough for me. That was a good race, let's move on. Second race was a lot less pressure because my competition was a Dodge and an Aston Martin. Not a Vulcan though, a DB11, which is obviously not as great as the Vulcan, so this race was a breeze, it wasn't too bad. The issue was that because there wasn't that many people in this race, there was only 3 people including me, my rating didn't go up that much. The more people you have, the better your rating increase will be if you get first place. With 3 people, all I got was 10, which, okay, I shouldn't say all I got, because going up at all is already great for me, considering I go down a lot, but 10, good enough, just like the last race, same amount, much easier though, much easier to win. And now we have race number 3, a classic example of what happens when I get too cocky and too careless. Because my competition in this race was only a Jaguar F-Type SVR that had a rank way lower than mine. I thought it would be super easy, and it was, until I messed up big time and lost to this stupid car. Big mistake, my bad. Never be cocky, guys.
You stupid.
Fortunately, I quit the race before it was too late, before I finished the race and dropped in my rating. Unfortunately, the next race also happened to be another disaster. This time I was up against another Aston Martin Vulcan, except this guy had a rank of 2,420. First off, much respects to this man who tuned his car to have the number 420 in it. Lots of respect your way, but I mean, come on. That other Vulcan beat me by such a small amount. And that's what I'm saying, like, skill sometimes matters, but rank matters a bit too. This guy's rank was 300 above me, which is a lot. His speed was better, his nitro was better, his drifting and handling were better too. And that's one of the reasons that he won. Unlike the last race, I actually did finish this race just because I was curious on how much I would go down in my rating. It was 4, not too bad, that's fine with me. So good job to Ahmed Akmal for beating me and also making your car's rank 420. Since those last 3 races had at least some funny elements within and these last 3 races don't, I'm gonna skip over these pretty quickly. One thing I did find in common was that all 3 races had— oh, there's a train passing outside. How could they do this to me?
I hate it when this happens. There's a train passing by literally every 5 seconds. I hate rush hour in California. It's so annoying. Like, come on, I'm trying to film here, make some money, you know, get a decent life, and then I can't— oh my god.
As I was saying, these last 3 races all had only 1 more person in the race. Kinda crazy. And it wasn't too fun, because when there's 2 people in a race, I mean, what can you do? And also the rating boost is not that much at the end, because remember, more people means higher rating increase if you're in first place. Less people, not so much. I all got under 10 for rating increases in all 3 of these races. Yeah, that was that. And while this last race is playing, I would like to give my conclusion of this car. This Aston Martin Vulcan is a fantastic Class A car, as most of its stats are pretty decent, except handling and drifting. Obviously, with more upgrades, the car gets even better, and can definitely compete really well in any multiplayer rank. Because rank doesn't matter, because the Asphalt 9 multiplayer system doesn't care about rank. For now, losing races in multiplayer with the Aston Martin Vulcan won't be that common, because not many people have anything better. However, after a few more months when people start pay to winning even more in this game, they will unlock cars like the Bugatti Chiron. And at that point, a Bugatti compared to this car, it'll probably lose. So don't count on having this car for multiplayer too long, but for the next month or 2, this will be a really solid multiplayer car. And for beginners, I mean, this is a starter Class A vehicle, so it's pretty good. And with that statement, the video has concluded. Hope you guys at least somewhat enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Can we get 200 likes? I hope so. If you didn't like this video, still hit that like button, because why not? Also, if you have some interest in this channel, just even a little bit, feel free to subscribe. We are literally edging 20,000 subscribers, and it would mean so much if you guys subscribed right now. Like, honestly, I would really love that. And, I mean, if that doesn't convince you enough, you see this sad teenage boy over here? He's not that happy right now because school and ACTs and AP classes are getting to him, but if you hit that subscribe button, I guarantee you he will smile the next day. So make sure to do that. Also, if you want me to smile even more, check out my YouTube social media. My YouTube Instagram is @theofficialaxis, and my goal is to pass 900 followers so that I beat my real life Instagram I use with my friends. Because if I have a larger YouTube Instagram than my real life Instagram, that'd be kind of funny. I'd be more popular on YouTube than with actual friends. Alright, that's enough self-advertising. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope to see you in my future videos. Bye bye, my cheesy champs.